What's up, everybody? Jack here from Sailor C Woodworks with an extended use review of the Brunt Marin boot from Brunt Workwear. Going to go through this. I've tested this over the last few weeks. Give you the good, things I would improve, caveats, things to think about, and a little tour of the Brunt Marin. Let's get into it. But in transparency, Brunt did send me these complimentary so that I would do a review on them, because I did a review also on their Ring Low boot, which you can see if you scroll down in my profile and check out that video as well. But they have no input in the review. I told them I'd put them through their paces, get the good, things that I would improve, or things to think about for folks looking for a boot like this. So the Marin is a full-size boot offering from Brunt. Little tour, this is the 6-inch model. I believe they also come in an 8-inch model if you want a little higher up your ankle/calf. They are full leather construction. There is no hard toe or no composite toe. It's a soft toe boot. There is this extended leather ridge here at the top, provides some protection from dropping things on your toes, but this is not a safety toe. Has the proprietary standard Brunt sole, which I believe is really, really good. It not much of a heel lift, as you can see, fairly standard in terms of a work boot. Anti-slip, works really, really well in the shop, especially when you get sawdust buildup on a concrete floor like this shop. Haven't any issues with slipping, very grippy. Also use it around the property quite a bit, so it's got lots of traction to just do yard stuff or do general work boot things. And the inside here, very light insulation. Been nice here in the winter, or in the fall, excuse me, as the temperatures are starting to be cool. It's not a winter boot, so it doesn't have a whole ton of insulation, but it is insulated all the way up to the top, provides some nice warmth there as well. You can lace all the way to the top if you like. There are eyelets all the way to the top cuff of the boot. I chose to go with leaving those eyelets off and just using these kind of alligator locks or whatever lace pass-throughs there, adds it to a little easier to get on and off with a full-size boot. One thing that's really, really great that I like a lot about my ring boots is the triple layer comfort insole. That's a nice blend of support and comfort, provided I think it's really soft, but also provides a good level of support. Your feet don't get tired, which can be a thing with the soft insole. So I think it's a nice job, but also working on a concrete floor like I am day in, day out, it provides a nice cushion to kind of take that pressure off your soles and on your lower back. So that's kind of a basic tour here. Also, leather pull in the back, full leather construction. And let's get into some of the things about the details that I like and would maybe think about if you're considering a boot. Let's dive a little deeper, some things I think to consider, to think about, and some of the uses for a boot like the Marin. Super good quality construction, really happy with it. It's been very durable. Yes, it hasn't been years of use, but Brunt's known for their quality of their materials and how well their boots hold up. They also have phenomenal customer service, both through connecting with people through social media that I've done with them, and also just getting questions answered. So their customer service really backs up this boot as well. A couple of things you might be looking for in a boot like this. One, if you're looking for something a little tall ankle support, maybe working on a job site, you're going to be going up and down ladders and stairs, something with a little more ankle support as you're changing elevation quite a bit. Maybe look for a boot like this rather than the Ring Low, which I use. I'm not on a job site, I'm not on a work site, so I kind of just here on the ground level in the shop, so I don't really need that ankle support. This provides a quality amount of ankle support. I was able to get it laced up pretty tight and get that high ankle support. You could probably even go taller with the taller model as well. It's generally a very durable boot. It's full leather, so abrasion resistance, some water resistance. I used it here in the rain working around the property. It's not a waterproof boot, and it's not marketed or advertised as waterproof, but the natural leather and the tanning on the leather provides some considerable water resistance. And then the seams are nicely sealed so you don't get any water intrusion. I did work in the rain on the property here. The sole is very good. Even when it's wet, it's got nice traction on it, as well as had an anti-slip texturing. A couple things to think about. Non-safety toe. So if you are a machinist working with heavy steel or heavy metal all the time, maybe wanting to have a steel or composite toe. I believe this model does come in a composite toe. This particular boot is a soft toe. So if you're not needing to have considerable drop protection on your toes or working around very heavy machinery, this may be a great solution for that. Or if you're just looking for a general work boot that's comfortable to wear and provides good ankle support and durability. What are some things that are maybe things to think about in terms of your fit or what you're needing out of a boot for your workwear, or some issues or things that I have in testing this boot out? A couple of things. One is that they do run about a half size smaller. In all of my other shoes, except for Brunt and cleats or something like that, I would wear a 12. In these, 12 is way too big. 11.5 is what fits me in these, and it fits me in the rings as well. So for Brunt, that's just the sizing. For me, it runs about a half a size smaller, so it might be something to consider when ordering your boots. They do have an adjustability to make them a little bit, very touch bigger. And there's some paperwork again in the box that comes with the boots, but certainly not a way to make them smaller. So if I were ordering these again, I would aim for about a half a size smaller. There is some break-in period. I found that in the first week as breaking in the bottom kind of main shell of the boot was very, very comfortable. The insole is very comfortable. No kind of hot spots or anything like that. The only thing that had to break in for me was the upper cuff. I like my boots, if I'm wearing a high top boot or a hiking boot style or a tall work boot style, I like to have them really take advantage of that ankle support. And so I like to lace them down pretty tight. The only hot spot I had is right on the outside of my ankle bones. And that, as the leather broke in over a few days of wear, that did alleviate and go away really, really quickly. But it does take a little bit of time for the leather to wear in. And the reason for that, I think, is good. I think it is a benefit rather than a negative, because it means that the leather is sturdy, it is a durable leather, and it's not just super soft and supple. It's going to just comply. It's going to give you that support that you actually want in a higher top boot. What else? The only other thing that I have some feedback, and I've talked to the folks at Brunt with, I really don't like the laces. I don't like the laces on this one. I don't like them on the ring. The ring boot, these are a little bit narrower lace. They're able to cinch a little bit tighter and actually hold a little bit better. The laces on the ring I really don't like, and I'm looking for a replacement for those. That's my only piece of feedback really that I've had any issue with, is that they have some trouble, for me at least, staying tight all day, and I like to have a tight boot to have that support, especially in a high top boot, or a full size boot rather. These laces are quite a bit better. They're a little narrower, and you can get a good knot in them, but I do find that sometimes my ring laces, which are a little bit thicker, do tend to get loose throughout the day. So that'd be the only thing you might think about changing, or maybe some feedback for the folks at Brunt. So sizing runs a little small. There is a little bit of a break-in period, and then you could think about changing out the laces if you really have any issue with them. Maybe it's me, but that's been my only complaint with these boots. I really like them. So in summary, what are the things that the Marin does really well? For me, for a work boot, the things that I'm looking for is, are they comfortable, are they durable, and are they supportive? And I think the Marin, in my experience in testing these over the last 2 to 3 weeks, this fits all those bills. Insole is great. It's one of the things in moving to Brunt boots that has been just wonderful to have, is a supportive, but balance that with a soft and comfortable insole to provide support on a hard surface. If you're looking for more ankle support, Marin would be a great place. You either go with the 6 to the 8 inch tall, depending on how much you want. If you're doing elevation on a job site, you're climbing up and down ladders or stairs a lot, having that additional ankle support, I think you can get these nice and tight and have that support. And then finally, the construction and the durability. They are very well put together. The leather's super durable and strong. I've dropped stuff, kicked it around, been walking outside and inside the shop, and yeah, it's got a few scratches on it, but no issues with any of the seam, any of the stitching, any of the construction, and it's just been a super durable boot. And again, the things to consider: do you need a high top boot for that ankle support? Are you working in a place where you might want to opt for the safety toe, either composite or steel? And I think you can't go wrong with the Marin. I really like it. And if you can switch out the laces, you'll have a really stellar boot on your hands. So I'm really excited to use these around the shop, around the property, especially as it gets warmer and I want a little more insulation here in the shop. And definitely as it starts to rain here in the Northwest, getting outside, utilizing that water resistance, and having something that'll work great for working around the property. So huge shout out and thanks to Brunt for sending these along and allowing me to test them out. Like, another great offering from Brunt. And also, I think they're a great looking boot. And if you keep them nice and clean, they could be a going out pair as well. So thanks so much for checking these out. Thanks so much for all the support, and catch you tomorrow in the shop.